After 67 years, we are finally getting the truth on what really happened with Emmitt Till the summer he decided to go to Money, Mississippi to enjoy his summer vacation. If you are new to the channel, I am Amir. This is Raising It and Junior Mix. Stay tuned and we'll discuss exactly what happened. How you doing? My name is Amir. This is Raising It Junior Mix. If you're new to the channel, thank you for subscribing, because you're going to subscribe, and make sure you hit the thumbs up. But today we're going to be discussing moment the well, I don't even know why they called it that, but let's look at the night title again, y'all, because I'm always forgetting it. It's the women of the movement, and it's highlighting Emmitt Till's mother, Mamie. I'm gonna get her name right. Hold on, y'all. Her name is Mamie Till-Mobley, and she's paid by Adrian Warren, and Emmitt Till is paid by Cedric Joe. They did a phenomenal job in the first 2 parts of the 6-part series that I watched, and this depicts the life of Emmitt Till and the gruesome murder that occurred in 1955, and it also is going to highlight what his mom went through to make sure she got justice for her child. So imagine in 1955, you have a son that you're raised in Chicago to be this free spirit, but as soon as he's born with boundaries or limitations, telling him that he's not gonna be the normal kid. That's exactly what occurred when he was born. The doctor told his mom she needed to put him in a special need home because he was not gonna be the typical child. So they nicknamed him Bobo. Bobo is his nickname, and she decided she was not gonna give up on her child, even with the doctor telling her he's not gonna be a normal child. But he overcame it, and he grew up to be this young teen with a studying issue, but still a teen, liking girls, typical teen. But this particular summer in 1955, his great uncle came from Money, Mississippi to visit the relatives. He came to visit, but he also was taking back some of the nephews. And before he left, he told Emmitt Till's mom that he was taking back some of the guys. So of course Emmitt, he wanted to go down and see what the country was about, but she was so afraid of letting him go that she was very adamant on not letting him go. She was, no, you're not going, because she know that he was not ready for the things that the black people had to endure in the South, in the Jim Crow South of that time. So of course he eventually weighed down on her, and she eventually let him go, because she also had a vacation. He was telling her, hey mom, you gotta let me go, you got I'm a bird, you gotta let me fly. And Ray Fisher, who played her boyfriend then, Gene, he was saying, hey, let him go, let him be a boy. No one's gonna mount up to him. No other man is going to mount up to what you want, because you're so clingy to him. So of course she finally let him go, and he jumped on the train with his uncle, and his cousin went on down to Money, Mississippi. When he gets down there, he sees that his cousin and how his uncle lived. They pick cotton for a living. They go swimming in the creek. You see him playing with the animals on the farm. It's like it's peace and tranquility to him. He's like he's loving it. But he still does not know the magnitude of what they can and cannot do in the South. So this particular day, he's all kind out, and of course he persuades with his words. He persuades his uncle to allow him and his cousin to take the day off a little early, and be kids for the summer. And of course they go out and they do the swimming in the lake, and boys gonna be boys. And before they left, the dad told and the great uncle told them, do not go into the city. Do they listen? No. They do exactly what he told them not to do, which was go into the city to get some lunch. They go into the city to get some lunch. They run into some more guys sitting at the grocery store that allow blacks to come in to shop, but on a certain circumstance. So when they see that he's from Chicago, of course, God, boys gonna pick on boys, and they dared him to go into the store to try to flirt with the owner, the girl at the counter. Him still not understanding that he's in the South, say, he took it on. He was like, I take on the challenge. But he still didn't understand that the young lady behind the counter was Caucasian. So his cousin told him, like, hey, I'm warning you, you cannot move. You gotta watch your tongue, cousin. You gotta watch your tongue. There's certain things you can do down here, certain things you can't do. Long story short, he goes into the store and he simply grabs a piece of candy, put it on the counter, and smiles. The smile turned into a flirtatious smile in her eyes. Then what led up to her really getting pissed off was that when he walked out the store, he said goodbye to her. He literally said bye. And he forgot what his mom told him. His mom told him, never look them in the eye. You cannot look them in the eye. You cannot walk on the sidewalk with them. When they walking towards you, get off the sidewalk. If you got to get on your knees and beg them for forgiveness, do whatever you got to do, but get back home to me. And I don't think that he understood the magnitude of what she was saying until it finally happened. Until that young lady come out the store and went in that car and got that gun. Now, to this day, they say that he whistled at her. Even his cousin in the series after the first part showed, he says his cousin whistled at her. But it did not show in the series. You just hear a whistle. Now, what's really disturbing about the situation is that they waited 3 days. It happened on a Wednesday. They waited Saturday to come get him out of his bed, sleep at his uncle's house in the middle of the night. And they done went partying out in the city. They paranoid because they got cars following them. They don't know if that's gonna be the guys coming to get them, because they know that the rumors going around about what he has done. But no one is notifying the uncle. No one's notifying him the magnitude of what's going on and why it's so bad of what he has done. Then when they finally come get him, they tell him they gonna bring him back. And his uncle was so helpless, because it's like, either you take my nephew or you take me and kill me. Or I could never understand where he was at with that, because they made him pick between himself and his nephew, a child that has no recollection on what finna occur. Okay, then he disappears. No one knows where he at. No one's alarmed. No one's going looking for the kid. After some days go by, now we're gonna go look for this kid, and then now we want to notify his mom that he's missing. Like, how do you pick up the phone to call somebody to tell them that their child is missing? So of course they pick up the phone, call mom. Grandma know off the bat. Grandma already know off the back that he's gone. Grandma know he dead. But the mom was like, I'm not going to believe that something has happened to my son, because he's too smart to be dead. And I have raised him to be a good kid. But he never understood that You can be the best kid in the world, but you are in the Jim Crow era down south. No matter what you do, they still see you as a black man at the age of 14. Because his uncle kept on saying, he's 14, he's 14, he's 14, he's a little special, he's a little slow. They did not care. And it all stemmed from the husband hearing in the streets that something occurred at his grocery store, his wife not telling him, and then on top of that, the night that he finds out he's losing poker, he losing money to his brothers, and they dogging him on the table. So now he's furious, and then when they talk about it, they fueling it on by telling him that couldn't be my wife, that couldn't be my wife, and it's sad. Like I said, so far the series is great. I'm liking what I'm seeing. If you like what you're seeing, leave a comment box below. Also, make sure you tune in next week when we check the second parts out, the second 2 parts, because this was 2 parts, 6-part series, and they broke it out in 2 parts too. So make sure you tune back in, check us out. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, thumbs up the video, leave a comment in the box below, and we'll be doing more reviews on other series, other movies, and other sitcoms. But I'm out of this thing, y'all. Holla at me. Raisinets, Junior Mitts.